Imagine being able to easily and effectively plan your diversity and inclusion initiatives such that you can quickly model goals around creating a diverse workforce, goals that are actionable and measurable. Now, I'm starting here on a dashboard in Workday that's focused on two things. One, looking at a snapshot of my current workforce in terms of underrepresented minorities, as well here as corporate goals that I have for these different groups within my workforce. Now, I'm viewing this across my entire workforce at the moment. We can see here 10% Black and Latino versus a goal of 15%, as well as other groups here making up the entirety of my workforce. Now, I can use this nice drop down up here to segment and slice and dice to view these same data for different parts of my organization. For instance, perhaps I want to view just what this looks like for my HR group. In doing so, I can see an 18.9% Black and Latino representation above that corporate goal of 15%. So we know HR is doing a great job here. Now, let's turn this on back to the entire organization. In the bottom right, you'll see a target year. What this is representing is the year at which we project hitting our D&I initiatives based off of an undergirding model that has everything from attrition rates to assumptions for how we will actually increase these different groups. Now, where are those assumptions held? Well, right here on this second tab, you can see where we have ethnicity goal assumptions that can be changed and tweaked. You also see here attrition assumptions for different groups as well. Now, imagine that in order to accelerate hitting our diversity and inclusion goals prior to 2024, we launch a series of initiatives aimed at both increasing the recruiting of underrepresented minority employees, as well as reducing attrition for those underrepresented workers. So let's go ahead and model that now. First, I'm going to expand this attrition sheet that we have where we'll actually make these modifications. Let's imagine that those initiatives are likely to reduce our attrition for underrepresented workers by about 50%. We'll go ahead and actually model that right now by just adjusting these numbers down by 50%. You can see we can easily do this surgically for just one group or across the entire board here. Now that we've gone ahead and made the model changes to attrition, let's now model changes for the increase in recruitment for these different groups. To do that here, I'm just going to open on up my modeled annual growth rate that I have for workers that fit into different underrepresented categories. We'll now go ahead and assume that those initiatives are going to increase our annual growth rate by about 50% as well. So we'll go ahead once again and highlight these different parts and adjust them on up here by 50%. Now, if you recall, prior to making these changes, we had 2024 as the projected date at which point we would hit our diversity and inclusion goals. Let's now return to that initial dashboard and see where these changes lead. On update, we see that we've now moved forward 1 year when we were able to make those changes to attrition as well as to recruitment. It's important to call out that while we're making these plans and viewing snapshots of current workforce, we're able to view this without any underlying personally identifiable information, meaning you can make this model and this plan without sacrificing any of the privacy involved in your workforce data. Lastly, with the power of the underlying planning database at work here, we're also able to model the impact restructuring might have on our diversity and inclusion goals. For instance, if we had different locations, in this case, different parts of our business that we were thinking of closing, we could easily toggle these on or off to see the impact that this represents to our diversity and inclusion goals. If your organization is proactive on issues of diversity and inclusion and seeks to create an organization that better resembles the diverse world in which we live, Workday has the technological tools to help get you there. Thank you, and we look forward to the opportunity to discuss these kinds of possibilities with you.